Now we will learn about the frigid zone. We have read that frigid zone is the coldest among all the three zones because it is located close to the north and south poles. So we have already learned that frigid zone is the coldest among all the three zones. Why? Because they are present in the north and the south poles. It is covered with ice and snow throughout the year. So these place that means the frigid zone, they are covered with ice and snow throughout the year. In the northern hemisphere, the frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle, that is 66.5 degree north, and the North Pole, that is 90 degree north. So in the northern hemisphere, it is the frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and in the southern hemisphere the frigid zone lies between the Antarctic Circle, that is 66.5 degrees south, and the South Pole, that is 90 degree south. The northern frigid zone include large areas of northern Canada, Alaska, northern Scandinavia, Russia, Greenland, Iceland, and the Arctic Ocean. So in the northern frigid zone, these areas come under the northern frigid zone. The southern frigid zone includes Antarctica. The areas surrounding the north and south pole remain frozen throughout the year. So the areas that is present in the north pole and the south pole, they remain frozen, that means covered with snow and ice throughout the year. They are covered with polar ice caps. So that means that these areas are frozen throughout the year, that's why they are called polar ice caps. As you can see in this picture, this is polar ice cap, that means all the areas are frozen and they are covered with ice and snow. So that's why they are known as that's why they are known as polar ice caps. Next is climate. The climate in the frigid zone is extremely cold. So as the area is covered with snow and ice, so obviously the climate will be cold. Since this region is situated near the poles, far from the equator, it receives slanting rays of the sun. So since this region, they are situated far away from the equator, that's why they receive the less amount of sun. That's why this area is very cold. There are only two seasons, that is summer and winter. Winter lasts for about 9 months in a year. So in the frigid zone, winter lasts for about 9 months in a year, and the places remain frozen throughout this time. So during the winter season, the frigid zone, they remain frozen. That means all the areas are covered with ice. Summer is short and lasts for only 2 or 3 months. So the summer is very short and it lasts for only 2 to 3 months. However, summer is also cold. So though there are two seasons, that is summer and winter, but the summer is also cold. During summer, the sun is visible in the sky for 24 hours. So during the summer, the sun is visible in the sky for 24 hours. During the winter, the sun does not rise and it remains dark all the time. So during the winter, the sun does not rise and it remains dark all the time. Next is plant life. There is very little vegetation in the frigid zone because these regions remain covered with snow and ice for many months. So these area, they there is very less vegetation or very less farming. Why? Because these regions remain covered with snow and ice for many months. During the long and harsh winters, the ground remain frozen. So during the long and harsh winters, the ground remain frozen. So if the area or the land is frozen, how the cultivation will take place? This is why it is called tundra region. So as the area is covered with snow and ice, this area is known as tundra region. It is only during summer that the snow start to melt. So it is only during the summer season when the snow start to melt and shrubs, mosses, leeches and herbs grow close to the ground. So these are the different types of, you can say, plants which grow in the frigid zone. Next is wildlife. Very few animals can survive in the extremely cold climatic conditions. So very few animals who can survive in the extremely cold climatic condition. The animals here have thick coats of fur to protect themselves from the cold. So whatever the animals which are present in the frigid zone, their fur is very thick, why the fur is very thick? So that they can protect themselves from the cold. Most of them have white furs which helps them to blend into the landscape. So most of the animals, they have white furs so that they can easily mix in the landscape. That means they can easily mix in the ice. Sometimes these fur turn light brown in summer. So during the winter their fur is white, but in the summer their fur turn light brown. Some of these hibernate. Some of them hibernate during winter since no food is available. So some of them, they hibernate means they used to they go underground the underground the you can say land. That means they will dig and they will remain for the 9 months inside the hole, and this process is known as hibernation. So why they go inside? Because there is no food during the winter season. So that's why during the summer season they eat a lot and they keep on growing, and during the or you can say yes, before the arrival of the winter season they go inside the ground and they just sleep, and whatever the food they have eaten they slowly start and with the help of that they survive. Most of the birds of these zone migrate to warmer region during the long winters. So most of the birds which belong in the frigid zone, they migrate. That means move from migrate means move from one place to another. That means they migrate to the warmer region. Why? Because during the winter season there is no food, so that's why they migrate to other places. Arctic fox, polar bear, reindeer, musk ox, Arctic hare, walrus, seal, penguins, and killer whales are some animals found in these regions. So these are the animals which are found in the frigid zone. The frigid zone is also home to birds such as Arctic terns and Hericlium duck. So these animals, you can see these birds are also found in the frigid zone. As you can see, this is Arctic hare, walrus, Arctic fox, and musk ox.